So here we are with video number 8 in our series. If you've been following along, you've noticed there are certain things about me when it comes to mining and making a place to live. I like the aesthetics. I like making this game look really nice. And for those of you all who are new, this series is basically introducing people to Minecraft on the PlayStation 3. It's a great game, family friendly. My tutorials are all about techniques and styles and ways in which I like to do things. For example, what I'm doing here is just mining, which is a huge part of the game, and the way I like to mine is from the outside in. I make a perimeter, divide up into chunks, and work and make sure it's well lit. For those of you who don't know, Minecraft is a game that's basically task-oriented puzzle where you have to figure out how to ultimately beat the dragon at the end of the game. And yeah, there is a dragon. Beat the dragon at the end of the game by acquiring resources to make your equipment. And it's a step-by-step process in acquiring resources. As you can see here, I'm mining up cobblestone. The cobblestone will be used to create things like stairs and walls and building structures that you can house all your other equipment. So, at any rate, this is just one of those things I like to do. I like to make the place look pleasing to the eye. Stairwells all look a certain way to me. I basically like to make sure that the stone that I use is very smooth for the standard building, and stairs are made out of cobblestone for my design. As you play the game, you could design it the way you like, but that's just what I like to do. So, I'm not going to bore you with all the details of this mining, so I fast forward through a lot of it. But some of the things that you have to maintain are your resources. One of those things that you maintain as a resource is food. So, enough of the mining, I'm going to go and cut out real quick and go get some more food. So, here we are, we're outside. Part of the routine, chasing cows down. But if you plan well, you can make yourself a home that's close to a lot of animals that spawn. Cows you can actually lure with grass into a corral so that you can pretty much start raising your own crops and raising your own animals. I'll get to that later. As you can see, the sun is setting, it's late, and anyone who knows that I do not adventure at night. That's just not something that I do. Like I said, my sons think it's funny that I don't do it, but I like to play the game where I have least chance of dying. Now, I know Minecraft is a very organized and time-oriented type game, so people might be asking, why don't you adventure at night? Wouldn't that save you some time? Well, there's two ways to look at that. When you're outside at night, you might run into creatures. Creatures don't drop some of the most useful things, so get a measure how worth it is to spend time fighting when you don't have to. You can still do some construction inside. Not saying you can't run into creatures inside, but the chances are running into a creature outside is a whole lot higher because you can't light up all of outside, and creatures will spawn where there's no light. So I kind of take that into consideration. My sons, like I said, they like to adventure outside, and if you enjoy a certain level of difficulty to your game, I highly encourage you to turn the difficulty up and or run around outside in the dark. Your prerogative. At any rate, back to cleaning up this my house. What I do in my design, I like to make the upstairs my living quarters, and downstairs is my mining area. And for each area that I build, I'm going to have a trunk in that space. So I went ahead, I made a trunk. I'm going to clean up this location. I'll put a trunk down so I can store all the extra mined materials into this trunk. As you start digging, you're going to run into lots of dirt, lots of cobblestone. There's only so much you can do with dirt and cobblestone, so you're going to find a trunk for most of it. The great thing about the cobblestone, though, you can use it to make structural walls around the areas that you're concerned with. So, anyway, you put the cobblestone into your trunk. You can walk away from it. It's there when you need it. And I do this for each room that I build. And one of the great things about building rooms is that you can specialize the rooms for your needs, so all your stuff isn't cluttered into one location. Not that it makes a huge difference, but organization is key, and if you can design your place that makes sense, it'll work out. One thing I will be designing later are actual bedrooms. I'll get to that later, but the one thing I do want to touch on about the activity at night, um, when you create a bed, sleeping in a bed will fast forward time, so you have less chance of monsters spawning. Speaking of fast forwarding time, let me hurry up and get through all this digging and building. All I did was I just basically made some stone out of the furnace, which I will later use to turn into stone brick, which I will lay down with a certain pattern on the floor. So this area that I'm working on right now is considered my foyer. It's the opening to my living quarter. So I'll dig up this dirt, get it out of here, fast forward through that, make the stone brick out of the stone. I can lay that down on the floor, make it look, again, pleasing to the eye. I like to make sure that my room looks the way I like. It allows me to keep a certain level of order, and it helps me identify certain rooms for specific reasons. So get to know your crafting table so you know where things are located. I advise you just to scroll through. It gives you some ideas of some of the things that you might want to build later. But that's pretty much the gist of it. I'm going to wrap this video up by putting this floor down, but I want to encourage you all to subscribe to my channel, follow me, make comments, suggestions, tell a friend. If you know someone who likes Minecraft or someone who you think might like Minecraft, tell them that it's on the PlayStation 3. Tell them they should definitely come check it out. Have them come to my videos and they can learn, quite a bit. It's not like I'm not the master at it, but I have discovered a few things in the time that I've been playing. So at any rate, as I said, wrapping this video up, I talked about mining techniques, working from the outside in, and that's pretty much the gist of it. So I'll talk to you guys later, and hopefully you enjoy. Bye.